When I look at the Switch 2, I see a system that would be cool to have. Eventually. But not right now. Why though? I mean, I'm a consumer. Why no consume? I've been gaming a long time and pretty much have always wanted every new console that I saw. When I was a kid, I had a Sega Genesis, but I really wanted a Super Nintendo as well. I got a Nintendo 64 for Christmas, but I would have also jumped at the chance to have a PlayStation or a Sega Saturn. I wanted everything in the 6th and 7th generation right away, even going so far as to trade in my games to have enough money for the new shiny thing. I remember I wanted an Xbox 360 and Sonic 06 so badly that I skipped getting a hard drive for the system just so I could afford that game with the console. Ah, the things we do for love.
Oh no!
But around the time of the 8th generation, that's when things started to slow down for me. I didn't want the Xbox One at all, and I didn't get the PlayStation 4 right away either. With the current generation, PS5 and Xbox Series, I wanted both of those so badly that I was fighting scalper bots online while in the waiting room for the birth of my first child. I mean, hey, becoming a parent is pretty cool and all, but I mean, this is a PlayStation 5. So what's going on then when it comes to me and the Switch 2? I want to unpack that. Maybe I'll learn something about myself along the way. And there's no better place to start than examining the complete disregard that I have for my original Switch. I got my first Switch, a Switch Lite, for Christmas in 2019 when Pokemon Sword and Shield first came out. Now, I waited despite Nintendo really knocking those first few years out of the park. I knew I wanted Pokemon, I'm kind of a Pokemon sicko, but I just wasn't in a hurry to play things like Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey. When I think about the Switch 2, I can't even say that Pokemon would be the push I needed to upgrade. Like, I'm trying to figure out how they could get me, you know? Just like a little thought experiment. What would make me buy the damn thing? Pokemon Z to A is up next, and I will for sure be playing it, just eventually. And when I do eventually play it, I don't even necessarily need a Switch 2 to do that. It's confirmed for Switch 1, and so is Metroid Prime 4, another game I've got my eye on. But even aside from those or any other upcoming games, when I look at my Switch, I just see so much unfinished business. Both unfinished business and untapped potential. Let me walk you through this. I've got 88 games on my Switch as of making this video. A lot of them are retro Sega bangers, to be fair, so I won't count the more arcade-style retro games. Sega Ages releases are exclusive to the Switch as far as I'm aware, and I picked up a bunch of those. It kind of bloats the library for my example, admittedly. But more than 2/3 of these games are either unplayed, incomplete, or I've rolled credits but have some sort of unfinished or unexplored post-game that I'm actually interested in. As I look at this breakdown, this inventory of Switch games, two things immediately come to mind. One, I need to just stop buying games for the Switch, I mean, my god. And two, I have been devaluing my Switch in general. I mean, look at how I treat it. This game library is bonkers. There's no cohesion. Now sure, I don't beat everything on my PS5, but I use the thing way more than this, despite that fact. It kind of feels like I'm just out here taking it for granted, like, oh yeah, it'll just be there whenever I'm ready for it. The other consoles I own have a clear role. PlayStation 5 is the main console and gets all the love and most of the game purchases. My Series S is a Game Pass machine, not used much, but when it is used, I'm rolling credits on a bunch of different games. But my Switch? I just feel like it's primarily for Nintendo first-party games. And the thing about Nintendo first-party games is, I don't always feel like playing Nintendo first-party games. It's a certain vibe, you know what I mean? I think in the earlier days, I liked the idea of playing more third-party games on the Switch, because portability was a huge factor. But now, it's not a unique benefit anymore.
This is mine, and this is mine, and that's mine, and this is mine.
I really like remote play. The tech has come so far in the last few years, But Sony's app was pretty annoying to use before the PlayStation Portal released. The PlayStation Portal took the one thing Switch third-party games had going for them and just fucking stole it. Now I can play multi-platform third-party games on a much more powerful system portably. I'm a dad, and so I can't always game on the living room TV like I would like to. Maybe the game I'm playing is too violent for my kids to see, or maybe my fiance wants to watch her 5,000th true crime documentary, whatever the case may be. Either way, this gaming train doesn't have to stop. But the conductor, it's not Nintendo anymore, it's Sony. It really can't be understated how much gaming on my Switch fell off a fucking cliff when I finally got one of these things. That means the only benefit the Switch ecosystem has left in my eyes are those Nintendo first-party games, which aren't gonna ever go anywhere else. So, in conclusion, I think the cards this generation are just really stacked against Nintendo, at least for me. And there's bound to be plenty of other people who feel the same way as I do. I'm not saying that the thing isn't going to sell. I mean, we all know it's going to sell the fuck out instantly. I mean, don't play me. But for me, I just think before I ever consider upgrading the Switch 2, I need to take care of all the unfinished business that I have with Switch 1. I really need to reassess my relationship with the Pokemon games, perhaps more than anything. So, I'm going to set a goal here. They say you should announce your goals to make them more concrete, so this is me giving that a try. I don't want to buy anything else for my Switch until I make a real dent in the current library. There are years of gaming that I'm just sitting on. I mean, I'm not even done with Breath of the Wild and literally know nothing about Tears of the Kingdom. This means that I'm not even going to pick up Metroid Prime 4 or Pokemon ZA at launch. I'll save those for the Switch 2 that I'm bound to get eventually. Or, if they run decently enough, I'll just play them on Switch 1. While I focus on what I already have, the Switch 2 library will build and build, and when I finally do upgrade, there will be plenty of games waiting for me. I've already got 5 solid candidates, 6 if you count the next mainline Pokemon games, which is pretty freaking good for a new console. We really are in the days of diminishing returns though, aren't we? I'll probably be sticking with my PlayStation 5 for as long as I can as well. Instead of just a new console itself being enough for me, I'm more entrenched in the concept of ecosystems these days. Like, some people look at the Switch 2 and feel like Nintendo is pricing them out or whatever, but I don't really see it that way. Someone who doesn't have any console at all actually has 4 different price points to get into the Switch. I mean, don't sleep on the Switch Lite. That's how I got started with it. Similarly to lots of other tech like PCs or smartphones, you just don't need the newest thing to have a good time anymore. It's been like that for a long time too. I really do miss the days when the shiny new thing was shiny and new. But on the bright side, at least I won't feel like I'm missing out. That's all I got for this one. Hit like if you liked it, and if you are buying a Switch 2, hey, I hope you enjoy it. Don't listen to the haters. With that, see you in the next one. Peace.
I know, math is hard. Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Anyway.